It's me again, Miss Moore, if you didn't guess already. Okay, so I have on a clean sheet of notebook paper. You can do this too along with me. Just grab something, write on the back, or if you have a dry erase board or something like that, you can write along with me. I have one column that's full of examples, and then another column that's your practice, and I'll reveal all that once we get finished with the examples over here. Now, I have 5 examples. 3 of them have common denominators, and the bottom 2 do not have common denominators. So, this is a mixed number, or some people call them mixed fractions. It just depends however you want to call it. They're the same thing. It's kind of like tomato, tomato. But when we get to problems like this, when we had the visual aid worksheet, they told us to add this first, which made sense because you were having to color. But when we don't have to do the visual aids, I suggest you get into the habit of working the fraction part first, because that's going to come in handy when we start the subtraction part of mixed fractions or mixed numbers, because we may have to do some regrouping. So get in the habit of working the fraction first and then going over to the whole number. So, like I said already, this first problem already has a common denominator, so I don't have to worry about finding that. So because we have a common denominator, I can go ahead and list or put that common denominator down here at the bottom, which is 10. Now all I have to do is go 4 plus 3, which is 7. So my fraction portion of the problem is 7 tenths. 7 tenths. So I got that done. Now I just add. 5 plus 1 is 6. So my problem for 5 and 4 tenths plus 1 and 3 tenths is 6 and 7 tenths. See, it was real easy, simple. Follow just have step by step. You'll be fine. You have common denominators. We're good there. So we drop my common denominator down, and then we added our numerators. 4 plus 3 is 7. And then I moved over to my whole numbers. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, same thing down here. Okay, I have 7 and 1/7 plus 3 and 4/7. Now, if y'all were in the room with me, I would say, what's the first thing we look at? And I would hope you would respond by saying my denominator. Okay, and as we look at the denominator, we see that it is 7. So I'm going to come down here, drop my 7 down, just like that. And then I'm going to look at my numerators. I have a 1 and a 4. All I have to do is add. That's it. 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, 5/7. That's the lowest it can go. Okay, they're both prime numbers, so that's as low as it goes. And then 7 plus 3 is 10. So 7 and 1/7 plus 3 and 4/7 equals 10 and 5/7. All right, next problem. I have 6 and 1/3 plus 5 and 1/3. Okay, remember, first thing we do, look at the denominators. Both denominators happen to be 3, so I just have to drop the 3 down, just like that. And then I have 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, and then I just add. 6 plus 5 is 11. So 6 and 3 1/3 and plus 5 and 1/3 is 11 and 2/3. Oh wait, I have 6 problems. Didn't realize that. I'm sorry. All right, now we're going to get to the denominators that are not common. So that means we are going to have to find common denominators. And remember, when we find common denominators, we are looking for the least common multiple. Least common multiple. That is when you can have your extra sheet of paper. Okay. You have a 12, and then you have a 4. Now, the first thing you ask yourself, will the smaller number, the 4, the denominator, go into my larger denominator, which is a 12? And yes, it can. See, we have 4, 8, 12. Because 12 times 1 is 12, 4 times 3 is 12. So my least common multiple is 12. So this is just a habit that I get in because I don't want to forget, because I've had students in the past who didn't do this and they totally forgot to add the whole numbers. What I do is I actually rewrite the whole thing right here. I carry over my whole numbers, which is 3 and 8. And then I'm going to put my LCM, my least common multiple, as my denominator. Now, we find our equivalent fraction. 12 and 12 is the same thing. So I just have to bring that 1 over. Because 12 times 1 is 12. So if I multiply the bottom times 1, I have to multiply the top times 1. And 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? What times 4 gives me 12? 4 times 3. Okay? So if I multiply the 4 times 3, I have to multiply the 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. All right, now I have common denominators. Now I can work my problem. Okay, I'm going to drop down my denominator. And then 1 plus 9, 1 plus 9 is 10. Oh, these are both even numbers, so they can be reduced. But I'm going to go ahead and do my whole numbers. 3 plus 8 is 11. Now, like I said, this can be reduced. Okay, both 10 and 12 can be divided by 2. So you get 11 and 5/6. All right. Now, do not freak out. Yes, I know that does not have a fraction. It's just a 6. And if it helps you, you can go up here and put 0 over 0. Okay? It's fine. Or if you want common denominators, you can put 0 over 2. 0 over 2. They're both 2's. So anyway, what is 1/2 plus nothing? It's 1/2. Okay, what is 6 plus 7? I just gave you the answer. 6 plus 1 is 7. All right. Last problem. I know you're excited. All right, I have 2 and 5/24 plus 2 and 1/8. So once again, I'm going to use this scratch sheet of paper. I have 24 and then 8. Will my smaller denominator go into my larger denominator? Yes, it will. So that means my larger denominator is my LCM, least common multiple. Okay, so like I did before, I'm going to go over here. 2 and 2. Just bring over the 5/24. Now, what times 8 gives me 24? Well, I can look back over here and go 1, 2, 3. So 3 times that. And what is 3 times 1? Is 3. So now all we got to do is add. 5 plus 3 is 8. 24th. And then 4. Now, once you see this, you can say, ooh, they're both even numbers. But even that, you can say, oh, well, I already know that 8 will go into 24. So it can be reduced to 4 and 1/3. All right, now, I would love seriously to ask you if you have any questions and actually answer some of those questions. But if you have any questions about this, please, either you or your parent, leave me a message, a comment in the box, and I will get to you. I will answer your question. I will personally send you a video if I have to. Or we'll set up something where I can help you with this. Okay, so here is the 6 practice problems that you can do. Okay? Now, During this time, this will be a great time to pause the video and write these down, and then you can work them, or at least write them down, and then I'll move it up to the next 3. But I'll also post a picture of this. If I can find my phone, I'll post a picture of this on Dojo so that if you are able to print or just to write it down. So that is the short version of adding mixed numbers. Hope you have a good night.